Hi everyone, today I want to discuss with you about a specific subject. How to tell about your alopecia to your partner of life, like your husband, your boyfriend, the man or woman you are living with, or the man or woman you are in relationship with since at least several months to several years. So this week, a woman came to see me and asked me how to discuss about the fact that she has alopecia with her boyfriend, that she was in relationship with at least several months or years. So to begin with, I will tell you how I discuss about it with my husband. So I was diagnosed with alopecia when I was 20 years old. So I was in relationship with my husband since 2 years when I was diagnosed. I did not remember that I had a specific conversation about it. I think I only told him that the dermatologist told me that I had alopecia because I was starting to use Rogaine on my head when we met, when I was sleeping at his place, at his flat. So it was really glamorous to put my minoxidil on my head before going to sleep. Wait a minute, please. It was a disaster. I stopped after because I was too depressed to use Rogaine when I was with him. So as long as I was living in my parents' house, I was putting minoxidil all the week, but not on the weekend when I was with my boyfriend. So you know everything now. So when I was diagnosed, I told him that I had androgenetic alopecia. I didn't tell him that I was afraid to become almost bald, because it was something that I was afraid of, to be very actually like I am now. But I didn't want to discuss about this with him and with anyone because it was too stressful for me to handle, and I didn't want to express this because maybe I was too, not shy, it's not the good word, but I will put it, I didn't want to share my feelings about that because I'm really secret girl sometimes. But he knew that I had alopecia, and he knew, if he put it on Google, that alopecia is sometimes getting worse with time. I didn't hide the information from him, so it was not a subject for me to think that maybe he will discover one day that he was trapped with a girl that seems maybe beautiful, but that became bald with years, like the worst surprise ever for him. It's a joke, but I know that there is a lot of women that are thinking that they are trapping the men in a trap of bald girl because they don't say to him that they have alopecia. For instance, a woman came to me recently and told me that she was about to marry her husband in 1 or 2 months, and she never discussed with him about the alopecia, and she wanted to do it before marriage, because she thought that if she does not do that, maybe he will feel, and he will be trapped after in a marriage with a bald woman. And I think it's really sad that a woman can feel that she's not a woman deserving love anymore if she become with less hair with years, because it's not always becoming bald. Maybe it's only becoming with less and less hair. And yes, it's not beautiful, I think, and I agree with you if it's what you think. it's not because you have less hair that you do not deserve love and attention and the love of the man you live with. There is nothing to do about that. I agree that the physical appearance is important, but it's not the only thing. And if the man loves you, he loves you for what you really are, and not only because you have a beautiful physical appearance. Because with years you will be aged. You will have some things here, I don't know how to say. You will maybe take some weight. You will change, and not always in the good way. It's normal. So if the guy loves you only because at 20 years old you are at the top of your beauty, it's not a good idea to keep him. But I agree that alopecia can be a subject that is more difficult to handle, because some women think that a woman that has not that much of hair is not a woman deserving love, and that is not a woman that is beautiful anymore. But that's not true, okay? That's really not true. When you see all these beautiful alopecia women with alopecia on Instagram, they still are beautiful, even if they have less hair. They have a lot of charm, they are glamorous, they are intelligent, they are everything. And it's not because they have less hair that they do not deserve interest. But first of all, what I wanted to say, so I think there is two situations. There is a situation where your alopecia is not visible except from you, and the situation where your alopecia is, like me, become visible from person outside of you, like your close person, like your colleagues, your family and friends, and even maybe your boyfriend. If you are very young, or even if not, but your alopecia is now not that visible, I think it's maybe the best moment to discuss about that, because you will say to him that you have androgenetic alopecia that is diagnosed, because wait for the diagnosis. I think it's important to just share the good information. And your hair are still here. So your hair is still here. Daniel, if you look at me. Sorry for this. Your hair is still here, so I think it's a good moment, because he will not be afraid, because you will say to him, I have this pathological problem that maybe will lead to me having less hair with time, but now you have hair, and maybe one day you will have less, but you don't know how you will become. And I think it's not necessary to make him really afraid by saying to him that you will become the baldest person in the whole world, because you don't know how you will become. So just tell him that you have androgenetic alopecia, that your hair is not very dense. I hope you have more than me, but that your hair is not very dense, that now it's not visible, but that you will become part of those women that with age doesn't have a lot of hair. And I think the reaction should be okay, because if he leaves and if he let you and ends the relationship because of that, I think it's a better idea to let him live. The other situation is when your alopecia is visible by someone that is not completely blind. Blind? Yes, I think. Like this. Sometimes you tell me, yeah, but I hide it with powder and with some hairstyle, so maybe he never guessed, he never saw it. If you never saw it, you are in the first situation. But if you have alopecia, like me, and you hide it with hair powder or with hairstyles, with all the little things that we use to hide our alopecia, we are talking about the man that lives with you, or about the man that has a relationship with you since several months. So I think he saw it. Even if you think he did not saw it, he saw it. And maybe he didn't integrate, understood. He did not understand that you have androgenetic alopecia, but unconsciously, in an unconscious way, he knows that you are not the girl that has a lot of hair. He knows that you are not beautiful because of this wonderful amount of hair. He knows that you have small density, even if he never thought about it. It's like when we meet a man that loses a bit his hair. Even if he hide it with hair powder, you really think that you will not see it after several months? Me, I would see it. I know. Even if he hide it, even if he change the hairstyle, I'm sure that when the density is not enough, a guy that has a relationship with you will see it. And even if he does not say to him in his head, yeah, to himself in his head, this girl has androgenetic alopecia and become maybe bald or almost bald one day, he integrated that you are not the girl that has a lot of beautiful and wonderful volume of hair. So maybe you just need to say, I don't know if you notice it, but I have hair loss, I have androgenetic alopecia. It's a physiological disorder that leads to hair loss, and maybe one day I will have less hair than now, and it's something that is very stressful for me. I think it's a good way to handle the conversation, and the person should be comprehensive, and I'm sure he will say to you, yes, I noticed that you don't have that much of hair, but it's okay for me, you are still beautiful. And I think you really need to understand that it's not because you don't have a lot of hair that you do not deserve love and attention. And you can still be a really beautiful woman even with less hair. Just check on all these Instagram accounts with women having androgenetic alopecia, or even with bald women like Elodie on Instagram. These beautiful girls that are sometimes completely bald can still have love and children and work and be happy. It's just a state of mind. If you are happy with your life and confident in yourself and just trust in the love that you deserve, you will be beautiful for others. It's in your mind. But if you just think that you don't deserve attention and that you don't deserve anything, you will not receive anything. It's up to you to be like you want to be perceived. And it's easy for me to tell you that now, because I received, since 3 years that I started Comme un Diadème, that is my brand of hair topper and wigs, I receive every day a lot of photos of girls and women with their alopecia, and I never felt, oh my god, this is not beautiful, she will end alone in the dark, eaten by her cat after the death because she has alopecia. I only see beautiful women having, yes, hair loss, but still beautiful, still funny, still intelligent, still charming. And one day I realized that the indulgence that I had on this woman and on this Instagram account also on alopecia, of women with alopecia on Instagram, maybe I could have the same indulgence on me. And if I think those women can be and are beautiful with their alopecia, even if with their alopecia that is sometimes very strong, like mine, or even stronger than mine, maybe I can also be beautiful. Not like this, but I can also be considered as beautiful, not in the way like beautiful, like the patriarchal way of being beautiful of a woman, but just a feeling of a woman that feels confident and that has charisma and that is happy in her life and full of confidence, so that she can attract people and be appreciated for what she is. I'm really sorry because it's not my mother language, so I try to express deep messages but it's difficult because it's not my mother language, so I'm blocked by my lack of vocabulary. But what I just try to say is that you deserve attention, you deserve love, especially from the person that you are in a relationship with. So just express to him or to her what you really are, and you won't be rejected. If you are rejected, it is just an asshole. I don't know if it's a term. It's just a bad guy that you should reject first, and you will have a better man after. Better Man, the song of Taylor Swift. So I hope that you liked this video. If you want to discuss with me about this subject, don't hesitate to join me on WhatsApp that you will find on the website when you send me an email via the contact form on the website. You can also discuss with me on my Instagram account in private. I always answer my DM in Instagram, so don't hesitate to do it if you need. And see you soon in my next video.